let me give you gist about my cousin, Trina. You see, Trina was a quiet, hard-working internal auditor at Zola, a big multinational company in Ziga. She was married to Kechi Stephen, a software engineer. You would think they had it all. Money, love, good jobs. But there was one problem. For 5 years, Kechi and Trina tried to have a child, and nothing happened. Trina slowly became depressed. Kechi tried everything to encourage her, to make her smile again, but the pain stayed. Eventually, Trina resigned from her job. It was too stressful, too demanding. She believed that if she slowed down, relaxed more, maybe, just maybe, she would finally conceive. She started working as a consultant instead, choosing her own pace, her own schedule. Kechi supported her fully. They even decided to move to a new area, a fresh start. No neighbors asking questions like, when I never still born. And that was how they met her, Noma. Noma was their neighbor, a 23-year-old beautiful young lady with a mischievous smile. She was unforgettable. One day, Noma showed up at their doorstep. "Good morning, my name is Noma. I'm your neighbor." Trina opened the door with her husband beside her. "Good morning, I'm Trina and this is my husband, Kechi." Noma flashed a big smile. "Una welcome, I'm happy to have fine neighbors, especially this fine brother. Where is your child?" Kechi and Trina exchanged a sad look. "We don't have kids yet, but we are trusting God to bless us soon," Kechi replied. "Oh, no vex. Let me start going. I say I should be the first to come and greet you before those other Tatafo neighbors come and tell you bad things about me." Trina smiled, feeling a bit amused. "It's nice to meet you, Noma." "Okay, bye-bye, Noma waved and walked away. Trina chuckled, shaking her head. "What an interesting girl," she said. Kechi smiled, nodding. "I agree, but she looks mischievous." They both laughed, not really thinking much of it at the time. The next morning, Kechi was heading out for work when he heard someone calling his name. "Mr. Kechi, now you are the call. Good morning, sir." He turned to see Noma standing there, grinning. "Good morning, Noma. How are you today?" "I'm fine, sir," Noma replied, her voice light. "Okay, bye," Kechi said, stepping towards his vehicle. But Noma wasn't done. "No, I want to join you," she said, pulling open the passenger door and sitting inside. Kechi, surprised but trying to remain polite, asked, "Where are you going?" "I'm going your way," she replied with a shrug, as if it was the most natural thing in the world. Kechi raised an eyebrow. "I'm going towards Nepa line," he said, hoping she'd get a hint. "Yes, me too," she answered, her tone too eager for his liking. Kechi exchanged a brief glance but stayed quiet as he drove. When they reached Nepa line, he asked, "Where should I drop you?" Noma hesitated, her face momentarily blank. Kechi, sensing the awkwardness, sighed. "You know what? Take this 10,000 naira, book a cab and continue your journey. I have to go." He handed her the money, then started the car. Noma hesitated before reluctantly stepping out of the vehicle. "Thank you for the money," she said as she watched Kechi drive off. As she stood there, she muttered to herself, "Which kind wahala be this one, oh? I just wanted to follow this fine neighbor, whether he go like me, ask me out. Noma, see your life. See where them come through away you." She shook her head, chuckling. "Thank God the man gets sense give me transport. If not, na trek I for trek go house today." Just then, a taxi passed by. She quickly waved it down and climbed in. Another day, Noma showed up at Trina and Kechi's home, knocking lightly on the door. "Good afternoon, Abeg, I want to borrow some salt," she said with a cheerful grin. Trina smiled and went to the kitchen, returning moments later with the salt, handing it to Noma. "Thank you so much," Noma beamed. Kechi, who had been sitting nearby, looked up with a curious expression. "Noma, what do you do?" Noma paused, a little taken aback. "Me?" she responded, almost in disbelief. "Yes, you," Kechi replied, a little amused. "I go to school at the university in Ziga," Noma said casually. "That's nice," Trina chimed in. "What do you study?" Noma hesitated, her mind momentarily blank. I said, "What do you study at the university?" Trina repeated, her tone gentle but insistent. "Food and nutrition," Noma answered after a pause. "Really?" Kechi said, clearly surprised. "I didn't know there was a course like that in Ziga. Which faculty is that under?" Noma quickly stood up. "Abeg, no vex, my food go burn," she said, rushing out of the house as fast as her legs could carry her. As she left, Noma muttered under her breath, "No be me una go use take shine. What's wrong with these people sef?" In a rare moment of honesty, Noma thought to herself, "As I like this man, make he no stress me. I no get head for book, but that baby they are looking for, if they give me a small chance, I go give am the baby." Days turned into weeks and Noma couldn't shake off her feelings for Kechi. One day, she cornered him outside, her voice low and serious. "Mr. Kechi, I like you. I want you to date me," she confessed, looking up at him with determination. "I can give you twins or even triplets. I'm very fertile." Kechi, taken aback, shook his head. "Noma, no. Stay away from me and my family." It was clear Noma's advances were unwelcome, but she didn't give up easily. Days turned into months, and Kechi continued to avoid Noma. One day, as she walked past Trina, she noticed a subtle change. Trina's stomach had grown. At first, Noma thought it was all a trick, maybe even fake. But as the days went by, Trina's belly became undeniably round, and the reality hit Noma. Her plan to be with Kechi would never come to pass. In a moment of pure desperation and jealousy, Noma made a reckless decision. She saw Trina outside one afternoon and approached her for what seemed like a casual chat. But as Trina turned, Noma shoved her hard. Trina lost her balance and fell to the ground. Luckily, a neighbor was passing by and witnessed the scene. The neighbor rushed to help Trina up, while Noma, panic rising in her chest, dashed inside the house, retreating to her room. When Kechi was informed of the incident, he rushed to Trina's side, ensuring she was okay. But then he called the police, who arrived shortly after and arrested Noma for her actions.